Hey, how's it going? So, you guys know I have a playlist on Spotify and I receive submissions all the time from small independent artists, and some of those submissions I really enjoy a lot. And so I thought today I just share with you one of my favorite songs that got submitted to me. It's called Empire Falls by Elizabeth Leslie. So let's get right to it and I'll see you afterwards. Right, so here we are in my Spotify playlist and let's have a listen to Empire Falls by Elizabeth Leslie. Here we go.
There's no
Whoa.
time to even speak. Read the letters, scroll until you blink. Watch the empire fall on TV.
Okay, I gotta stop right there. I mean, this is just brilliant, right? So you get that very confusing intro with that panning thing going on, and then you even got a pause, like a split second of silence, and then boom. I mean, all of that was instrumental in the verse kicking in this hard, and I'm absolutely loving it. I mean, she's not even singing at this point, right? She's more like talking, and it has that dark, industrial kind of vibe. Reminds me a lot of that song by Depeche Mode, People Are People, I think it's called. And they're using all these, construction site samples, and it has that. I mean, not that she's using any of those samples here, but it has that vibe for me. So, very much enjoying it. And about 20 seconds in, we get the first hint of what is gonna come later with that nice polysynth. So, let's just continue.
Talk to a stranger you should meet. Wait until you feel, wait until you're beat. Wait until next week. The empire falls as we sleep. Sleep.
I mean, now we're just in pure Italo disco mode, right? You got the four to the floor kick, you got the bass jumping across octaves, you got that nice polysynth. And again, that drum machine, I mean, it has to be a vintage drum machine, but it has been pumped so much impact. Really gives you the best of both worlds. The 80s nostalgia kind of thing and the modern, polished and powerful sound. So up until now, I felt like I was in this big warehouse that's kind of run down, and I'm walking through it and it's dark. And with this section, I feel like I found a door and I'm slowly opening it to see what's behind it. So let's continue.
You're taking us down alone to the sound. Won't wither away. You give, you take. Don't give, forget.
I mean, sorry, gotta stop you there. And I promise I will try and shut up for the next minute at least or so. Okay, so let's make this deal. I'm gonna shut up for a minute after this. But I need to point this out. I mean, I've opened that door, and of course, it was a completely separate room, tons of people, the crowd going wild, a big stage, and I'm picturing her center stage, finally showing us that beautiful singing voice she has. And behind her, I see like three guys wearing sunglasses and playing synths like robots. Like imagine Kraftwerk standing behind her, playing their synths, and she's just there, center stage, a synth pop queen. Just beautiful. And one thing I want to point out here, production-wise, which I really appreciated, is that usually when someone has such a beautiful singing voice, what you will see is that the background is going to be toned down a bit, just to make sure that it doesn't get in the way of the vocal part. So, the vocals will usually soar high above everything else. But, Synthwave, I think, was born as a purely instrumental genre. And so this mix is very democratic in that there is no single one element overpowering the other. So her voice, it's there, we hear it clear and loud, it's not being buried in the mix or anything. But neither are the synths. I think that is a very nice thing. I mean, it's like they're paying respect to the roots of the genre. And as someone who listens to mostly instrumental music, that's the most important part for me anyway. So really appreciate the stylistic choice they went for here. So that being said, I'm gonna zip up and let's listen to the rest of the song.
Back to the verse.
Double speak. You're not one of us, even when you cheat. What is trust if not to believe? You do it for yourself. On the backs of the weak.
Okay, just one verse this time around. Into the disco section. Love it.
You're taking us down. Never sound wither.
Imagine listening to this at the disco in 1986. It's just wild. Loving it.
Okay, now that I've rightfully earned the right to talk again, so we've basically used up most of the tools we had already. We've used up the intro, of course. We got 3 verses, 2 choruses. I'm dying to know what's gonna come next at this point, so let's see what it is. I mean, I'm not dying to know because I know already, right? Because I've listened to this song several times before deciding to feature it on this video. But anyways, let's continue.
It's time. Reality revealed itself. Indecipherable and obscure as the world of dreams. And it revealed itself.
Okay, like completely different vibes right now, right? So it's like she's left the stage and the people in the audience are just wondering what the heck is going on. And she's entered this very small room that is packed full of modular synthesizers, and there's this, I'm seeing at least in my mind, this guy, very nerdy looking with super thick glasses, and he's just patching cables, generating all these weird sounds, and just a completely different thing going on here. Production-wise, I think what's very interesting is the main song is, let's say, on a basis of 2. So it's like 1, 2, 1, 2. You just have to listen to the kick, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. But then you got this nice arpeggiated part that sounds a bit like bells. Try and see if you can pick it up. And that is on a basis of 3. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And so the 2 kind of, it's a very nice contrast, I'd say. So Elizabeth, if you're watching this, please don't mind if I steal this idea from you for some future song.
It's all nice and good. I'm digging it. But you need to get back to that stage. People are waiting. You shouldn't keep your fans waiting.
In their dream worlds, the empire falls. You're taking us down, alarms never sound.
Yes. Such a powerful chorus.
And there it ends. Right, so that was Empire Falls by Elizabeth Leslie. If you dug the song as much as I did, I'm gonna leave some social links in the description box below so you can check out Leslie on her social platforms and show her some love. Right, that being said, now let's get back to our own music for a second here, shall we? Now, as you can see, Still no guitar for me. It's been 2+ months. I really hope this is going to be the week they send it back to me. And if that is the case, I'm going to start working on a solo immediately. So the next time you and I see each other, it's probably going to be on a guitar shredding video. But if that shouldn't be the case, don't worry. I have a few other excellent songs which I want to be reacting to. So please look forward to that as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.